All right, yeah, so you can see I didn't clean my bike from my last ride. Hey, man. I know. It's cold out here. So anyway, kickstand, spring, disappeared. Threads might be stripped this time. This is the second time we're doing this. All right, so you know, I greased these up really good. I Loctited that screw. That screws the whole problem right there. I think should have did a different design because there's no way to completely fix that, right? You're not going to. See, there's still grease there. See that? See that? I got grease in there. Grease, grease, grease. Now I got it on my hands. All right, so we're going to clean this up. Ordered a new spring. And yeah. Yeah, so I got my kickstand here. Kind of got it cleaned up. Yeah. This, you know, bolt hole is always the one that's the problem. Spring goes around that, and then it goes around the frame on the bike, and when you pull the kickstand down, you know, it rotates and unscrews this bolt, even though you put Loctite on it. And it's not like you put the kickstand down, I don't know, a lot. You know, you do it a few times, 3 or 4 times on a ride, maybe. But anyway, this is the second time I've had to do this. And so hopefully this isn't. Alright, so as I was saying, as I was so rudely interrupted, my camera shut off. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I think these threads are kind of used up now. You know, which means yeah, you gotta buy a new kickstand. I've got a tapper though. I guess I'll try that first, but yeah, they're kind of boogered up this time. Yep. Kind of boogered up this time. Yeah, too bad. So anyway, you know, they give you a whole kit. Forgot what it was, like $25. None of this stuff really gets worn out. You know, you lose, every time it comes off, you lose the spring, you lose the screw, you lose the bracket, so you lose 3/4 of it. You know, in the little, yeah. So anyway, I gotta go out and see if I can tap this hole. Looks pretty ugly. Plus it's got grease and dirt in it, which means Loctite probably wouldn't hold it very well. Alright, I'll be back. All right, so as I was saying, this is the second time I've had to do this, and now these threads are kind of boogered up. You know, I can put a tap in there and clean them up, but you know, when you do that, it's going to be a little bit looser than it was with good threads. And so, you know, if you're not on top of it all the time, it's just going to come back out. So I'm making an executive decision here because I don't like to do stuff over and over and over. And this has already cost me, you know, about $60. And next time it would require replacing the kickstand, you know, because next time the threads will be really mangled. So I'm like, why didn't they go all the way through and put a locker on the back of that? Why? So that's what I'm doing. So I don't even care if it's tapped. You know, I'm going to try to re-tap it here. But I don't even care because I'm going to put a bolt all the way through and put a nylon locker on that side. And it's never coming off. It'll be permanently fixed. Okay, so I'm actually got the tap here, and it looks like the tap is tapping all the way through. And so, you know, besides having threads all the way through, I'm still going to put a nylock on that side. Nylon locking nut. Nylock, yeah. Say it right, nylock. You know, but that it tapped through, it looks like, all the way through. I got threads, so even a longer bolt, right? With even a longer bolt with thread lock on it all the way through would be stronger than that short bolt, because the short bolt only had threads that went like maybe halfway through that, you know, so not very much friction there. So this, I think, worked out smoothly. We'll see here. I'll put that bolt in it and see how that fits in there. But it went in nicely, I think. See, it's got threads all the way through. They're kind of shallow threads, but like I said, I'm not really too concerned if you know, this doesn't go in like super smooth, because I'm gonna go all the way through it anyway. So anyway, the start threads are kind of boogered up. Yeah, so I ran that tap through there again, you know, and so like I said, they're a little boogered up right at the beginning, but it goes in now. You know, it's loose, so see that? You know, because once you have to tap and clean up threads, it's all loose. And that's about as much of the thread as would be in there, because there's a spacer that goes on there, you know, that rotates. So you've only got, you know, you've only got threads to about right there. So I'm going to go all the way through. So I'm going to go find a longer bolt, and we'll be styling. It'll be the last time I have to spend $25. You know, so I'll probably make a kit and sell it on eBay. You guys watch for that. You know, I'll sell the spring kit with a drill bit and a longer bolt and a nylock. Okay? All right. So basically, continuing on, where we left off, like I said, I went to find an Allen head bolt that was a 30, so it'd go all the way through, and then I could put a nylock on there. They only had a 20, which didn't quite go all the way through, but it would have, you know, given you a whole lot more threads, which might have worked, you know, if you put Loctite on that much thread. But I still wanted to go through, so, you know, I've got a square head instead of a tapered head, you know, which is twice as thick at least. But this is what it looks like. So I tapped it, you know, it's threaded all the way through, and it's kind of wiggly. See, once those threads get boogered up from it coming out, and this is the second time, you know, there wouldn't be a third time because it would run those threads so bad. So even if you run the threads, this would work. So like I said, I'm gonna build a kit. I'm gonna build a kit and put it on eBay. So I'm gonna put this this bolt. I'll probably order some you know, flatheads like that. Not really a flathead, but tapered head. You know, instead of the square head, I'll order some of those, and I'll include the tap bit and drill bit to be able to drill it. You know, so anyway, it's going to go like that. And I'm putting Loctite on that. And then I'm putting a nylock on the back. You know, and those, I believe, don't get in the way of anything. So I can walk out there and take a look at it, but let's go see what it looks like. Well, okay, instead of doing all this in the garage, it's a little bit cold out there, and because this bolt goes all the way through and it has a nylock, I'm gonna probably just put blue Loctite on it, not red, because I shouldn't have to put any thread lock on it, but since the threads are loose now, it'll help to dampen. Okay, know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna put some grease on this little bearing. That'll probably come off after you wash it a few times, but it's not like tight on there. Slick 50. All you folks out there that's as old as I am, before they had synthetic oils. I mean, they had them, but they were really hard to find. And Slick 50 made an additive to put in your automobile that enhanced the oil viscosity and the wear on, and it was awesome. So they made this grease, and I kind of felt like, oh yeah, it'll go away some days. So, and I was right. I think I have 2 of these, but they're both over half gone. It'll probably still last me. It's just for my motorcycle axles and parts. And yeah, so now that I'm getting grease all over my pants. So that's grease on there. See, this bolt has a smooth here, which the other one was all threaded. So I think this is going to help also, because those threads cause friction. And so there isn't threads. This should be a little bit better as far as wear goes. And I shouldn't have to worry about it backing it out. So anyway, there's some grease on there. And then I'm going to put some blue Loctite. Okay. And I think I put red on it last time, but like I said, there's only, I don't even think there's a 1/4 of an inch. There wasn't, there's, I don't know. Maybe a 1/4 of an inch of threads going into this. That's just not enough, I'm going to tell you. Not enough, man. I don't want to keep fixing this over and over and over. I've got other folks on the internet, that have Husky. Okay, so that is tight. It's real tight. Okay, so that's got thread lock on it. That's tight. And then we're going to put a nylock on it. Maybe, if I can get it on there. If I can get it started without cross-threading it. Okay, so we're going to put an eye lock, and then I'll probably grind it off because it is a little bit long. Probably grind it off flush, maybe. I'm going to take it outside and look at it. But I don't want to spend $20, $25. You know, I mean, that's not too bad. I don't want to spend $20, $25 every single time. You know, I mean, that shouldn't come off ever. Okay, that should be a permanent fixture there. All right. I mean, really. And I don't think that affects anything. I'll go check it. But, you know, after spending $50 to fix it twice, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to keep. You know, I thought about putting it back the same way, and I noticed those threads were boogered up, and I'm like, now it's going to be even worse than it was before. They weren't boogered up the first time. You know, I think it came out the first week that I had the bike. You know, the bolt came out the first week. I think I rode it on the second ride. I rode it. It came off. And I was like, well, yeah, maybe during assembly they didn't do it right. They didn't get it tight. You know, a lot of things don't get put on right during assembly. They're just slamming it together to get it out the door to the customer. I don't know. Or get it on the showroom floor. So I gave it all that benefit of the doubt. So when I put it on and I put Loctite on it, I was like, yeah, this is a done deal. It's not coming off. But it did. So you know what? Hopefully, hopefully this is a done deal and it ain't going to come off again, right? I don't know. Yeah, so I think yeah, I think that stays still and that rotates on that. Yep. Yeah, we'll see. I'll put a little grease back here. It's supposed to be back there. All right, well, they gave me a new bolt also that goes through here. I think I'm just going to use the old one that came with the bike. I think I did that last time also. So anyway, in the spring, you know, it goes in here and over the frame. All right. So we'll get this on in a minute. And again, if you missed it, I'm probably going to put a kit together and put it on eBay. You know, the longer bolt, a tap, and a drill bit, along with the spring kit. You know, I'll probably buy multiple spring kits. Maybe I can get a discount on them, but then I'll add the other parts to it. Make it available for people who want to fix it once. All right. Okay, so we're going to see if I can get this on here, how hard it's going to be. I did this once before. Yeah, it's not very easy. It's easier without this. Okay, so they showed you did it with a punch or a screwdriver. Yeah, I did it much easier without it. So probably that spring isn't as heavy duty as the one that was on there. Maybe. So anyway, this is the original bolt. Okay, I guess. Okay, so hand torque. And I'll have to check this stuff after a ride, but see those, you know, so I think that's fine. Okay, so I think it's fine. And then what they say, make sure you use your, you know, that still moves, but anyway, you use your kickstand strap. Maybe I need a new one, but that's how that works. What are you doing? So if you have a kickstand on your bike that's giving you an issue, or you got a bike and you haven't had the issue yet, but you don't ever want to have the issue, go to my eBay link under the video and order the final fix. You know, you won't ever have that issue, right? Unless the spring breaks. But you're not going to lose all the other parts. You'll just break a spring. Alrighty? Because, you know, I had to fix that twice. The threads were all boogered up. The next time was going to be a new kickstand. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to buy a new kickstand with new threads and then another kit. So this is the final fix. Thanks for watching.